Okay, this email here was received on December 17th. As you may know, our community guidelines describe which content we allow and don't allow on YouTube. Your video, Punch a Nazi, was flagged for review, and upon review, we've determined that it violates our guidelines. We've removed it from YouTube and assigned a temporary strike. Now, that seems pretty straightforward. It's only appropriate that YouTube would remove a video from their platform that advocates violence. The catch is that this video did not advocate violence. In fact, if you're familiar with this channel, then you already know that the titles represent whatever is being argued against. Ergo, this video was an argument against punching. You know, to be honest, the video was an argument against punching anybody. It was an argument against violence in general. And in case you never actually saw it before it was taken down, here's the conclusion of the video.
So rather than punching a Nazi, try arguing with a Nazi instead. It might prove to be a waste of time, but punching them instead would be self-defeating, ineffectual, unethical, and illegal. It's illegal. You're not allowed to do that. It's against the law.
Perhaps you're getting the impression now that this was an incredible mistake. It continues. We encourage free speech and defend everyone's right to express their points of view. However, can't read this thing, even if unpopular. However, YouTube does not allow hate speech. Now, it just so happens, this is very convenient. It just so happens that there's already a video on this channel that serves as an argument against the concept of hate speech. So, thankfully, that saves me the trouble and the time from having to argue against that in this video. So there's a link to that down below if you're not exactly sure what hate speech is or whether or not we should ban it. No worries, just follow the link down below. You can watch that video. Anyway, back to this. Let's learn more. Here are YouTube's community guidelines. We'll focus on the hateful content section, naturally. Our products are platforms for free expression, but we don't support content that promotes or condones violence against individuals or groups based on who they are. Now, I agree with that. Hopefully, you agree with that. And again, this video agreed with precisely that. Maybe it won't surprise you to know that this video has probably had the most turbulent tenure on this channel. This video was running into problems as soon as it was uploaded. Thankfully, we don't need to go through all that either, because there's another channel update, the link to which is also down below. You can check that out. It's called Being Patient with YouTube, and I know, in spite of the titles of the videos on this channel representing what's being argued against, this was just a channel update. It wasn't an argument. The video is actually about being patient. The video is actually, if you watch it, the last half of it, I actually make an argument in favor of being patient with YouTube. And you know, if you watch that video, you'll hear what I had to say. I actually made the case in favor of us giving YouTube some time to letting their algorithm get a little smarter, a little sharper. I expressed optimism that the platform could get better, and you know, I mean, it's just, you know, wouldn't you know it? The video got fucking demonetized. I mean, I have the benefit of having known this for weeks now. See, if you're just finding out about this, you're probably angry, but I've known this for weeks now, so that's why I'm not going, what the fuck, god damn it, I can't believe you, you know, that's why I'm not freaking out, you know? I mean, I understand YouTube's bots have to learn, but you have to be a pretty dim-witted bot to penalize a video that essentially sticks up for you. So I don't want to hear anybody tell me that the title of Punch a Nazis would cause a problem, because if that's true, then what the hell about this title got it in trouble? Well, anyway, like I said, there's already, the links are down below to the argument against hate speech and the channel update, which documents what happened to this Punch a Nazi video when it was initially uploaded. For now, let's just stay focused on what just happened on December 17th, because I want to get to the most frustrating aspect of this whole thing. In this video, again, for anyone who never saw it, there are a total of 4 examples of the argument in question being made. All 4 of them are YouTube videos. 2 of them came from Complex News, one from Aquila, obviously, and the other from Desus and Mero. God, I hope I'm pronouncing those names correctly. In case you haven't seen these videos, here's a snippet from each one of them.
Nazis are totally fine for punching.
If you see a Nazi, punch a Nazi.
Last I checked, Nazis were still on my granddad's up on sight list.
Also, it's always good to knock out Nazis. Like, what the Like, why having a discussion about that?
Okay, so as you can see, all 4 of these videos make the argument in favor of punching people based on political differences. Of these 4 videos, a whopping none of them have been removed from YouTube. You do remember that community guideline regarding hateful content? We don't support content that promotes or condones violence against individuals or groups, yada yada, based on who they are. Well then how are these videos still online, but a video that argues against them is taken down? The only way to square the fact that these videos are still online, in spite of the fact that they violate YouTube's community guidelines, would be to suppose that this guideline simply doesn't apply to Nazis. And if that's true, then the fact that this video was removed really doesn't make sense. My best guess as to why these videos haven't been taken down, but this one has, is that the people who made these videos it's just because they're in higher places than me. I don't know much about Complex News. Whoever Aquila is, I assume she's successful. She's a successful YouTuber because she literally shot this gem on YouTube's property. And as for Desus and Mero, well, they've been guests on late night talk shows, so, suffice to say their career's doing well. I don't begrudge any of their success. I really don't. I don't care if they're successful. I'm just a little disgruntled that these goofballs advocated violence, blatantly violating YouTube's guidelines, and yet when I countered their argument and advocated nonviolence, I was penalized. All 4 of these videos are still up online, so there are links provided to them down below. You can watch them all front to back for yourself. I'm sure you'll find that they're exactly what I described. They advocate violence against people that they don't agree with. Now the decision left to be made is whether or not to appeal this. Okay, look, am I confident that this was a mistake? Yes, I am. But am I confident that the YouTube team will recognize this mistake? No, not even close, man. I don't trust them to get this one right. Which sucks because I want to trust the YouTube team. There was a time when I did, and I'm looking forward to trusting them again. I mean this. I really, really do not. I'm sick of making these videos about YouTube. I just want to make videos I just want to make arguments. I'm really getting sick and tired of making videos about YouTube and how they keep screwing up and, all the stuff that everyone has talked about already. I really do want to trust these guys. All I want is to have a good, steady, consistent relationship with this platform so that we can both get what we want in the long run. But I don't trust them at the moment because they royally screwed up on this one. This video has been taken down once, put back up, monetized, demonetized, taken down again on the grounds that it is exactly the opposite of what it actually is. A video that sticks up for YouTube gets demonetized. And there's actually another video on this channel that got age restricted and demonetized, even after the YouTube team admitted that the video didn't violate any community guidelines. You see that there? Read this. After further review, we've determined that while your video does not violate our community guidelines, ambiguity ensues, it may not be appropriate for a general audience. Well, define appropriate, define general audience, define may. Define may. What does that mean? I don't know what this sentence is meaningless. It may not be appropriate for general audience. This is the YouTube team's reasoning. And as a guy who makes arguments on YouTube, I have to say I'm not really fucking impressed with this line of reasoning here. You make a video that doesn't break any of their rules and there's still a penalty because it may not be appropriate for a general audience. What the hell does that mean? That's a meaningless sentence. This is good enough to be a Monty Python sketch.
Recidivist.
Bit tinny. Morning, Becky, old beast.
I really do want to appeal this decision. I would like to appeal it, but I can only do that if I have faith in the platform. And right now, frankly, I don't have the guts to appeal this, guys. I'm not jeopardizing all of my hard work just because the YouTube team doesn't know which way is up. The only tried and true method I can think of for getting this counter-argument back online is how do you describe it? I don't know, the cyber equivalent of an angry mob with torches and pitchforks bombarding YouTube with tweets and emails and any other whatnot, whatever you call that. Social pressure, I guess. I mean, this method sure does seem to work, but I don't think this channel has a big enough audience to pull that off. Maybe if counter-arguments had Philip DeFranco's audience size of 5+ million subscribers, maybe then this could work. Actually, I know it could work because he's done this in the past. But this channel has just over 100,000 subscribers, so this probably isn't feasible. Which means, inevitably, that this channel currently has a community guidelines strike until March. And this counter-argument, once again, I'll say it again, this counter-argument against punching people whom you disagree with it's gone forever. I'm sorry if I'm letting any of you guys down by not appealing this, but the YouTube team they've just been too clumsy lately, and I don't trust them at the moment to make the right call. So that's really all I've got to say. Just wanted to get all you guys up to speed. I've heard people have been messaging in and writing and commenting, what happened to the punch a Nazi counter argument? Well, this is what happened to it. It's gone. It as of now, forever. Unless you guys somehow whip up an angry mob on the internet, which would be nice. Well, that's a two-sided coin. I never really wanted this channel to get attention via controversy. I just wanted it. I hoped it would only ever get attention because the content was good. But who can control what the hell happens on the internet? I just wanted you guys to be up to speed on what was going on this channel and why it's happening, even if we don't really entirely know why in the first place. There's one other thing I want to say. I want you to know that in spite of all this, I'm still pretty optimistic about making YouTube content. I'm still pretty optimistic about the new year ahead. I am. And why might seem lost on you guys, because I just spent the last however many minutes blabbering about how frustrated I am with YouTube, but I don't know. I guess I'm just stubborn. I guess I just insist on being optimistic. I really do have my chin up. I'm really looking forward to this year and the ideas that are bouncing around for future content. This is without a doubt a bump in the road. It's probably the biggest bump in the road that this channel has hit, but it's just a bump. It hit it, and then eventually it'll be in the past, and the channel will grow, and more people will find out about it. Hopefully someday more people are on it, and basically just the joy of doing this. And it really is a joy. The joy of putting this stuff together, putting it out there, and seeing how intelligent and civil the comment section turns out time and time and time again. That's all the win that is needed in the sales, guys. That's really all it takes to make this worth it. And I hope that, since I'm not letting this really bum me out too much, I hope it doesn't bum you out too much either, because I don't think it's worth it. Regardless of how this turns out, I think what's really important is just that we learn and we just get a greater perspective on things and get a little more patient and well-spoken and curious and all that. So that's all. Happy New Year, everybody.